Hey everyone, Charting Man Dan of the Chart Guys checking in on things. So we've got CPI numbers tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. We've got FOMC minutes at 2 p.m. And we've got the banking earnings starting Friday pre-market. Those are the fundamental events we're keeping an eye on, but anticipating that CPI is going to have a bit of a volatile reaction. And that is just because things are so tight heading into them. So not surprising, we didn't see a whole lot going on today. SPY with very low volume. It's been very low consistently over the last couple of weeks, but today was slightly the lowest comparative to the past couple of weeks. You look at the 20-day average volume, and it's 95 million shares, and today was 58 million, so roughly about 60% or so of the average 20-day volume. So the only two ways this is going to play out: daily bull flag confirmed over 411.92, or fail that level and break the most important support level for me on the short-term time frames, well, daily time frame, but in the short term, it's 405.68. That is the level. So if that holds, strong daily uptrend. If that is lost, zoom out, weekly consolidation, and a rejection from the resistance zone. We will be scouting a weekly higher low, and at that point, it would pretty much just be a long, drawn-out equilibrium. But, and there's the volume, you can see very nicely demonstrating that declining volume. So, getting tight and potentially going to break tomorrow. We are currently about $2 and change from resistance, and we are about $4 above support. So a little bit closer to resistance than support. The NASDAQ has clearly been weaker than the S&P 500 recently, and we're really tight. 2 daily inside bars in a row. Again, the volume, QQQ volume, lowest in months today. So everybody just looking towards that CPI number tomorrow. If we get the bull break, we look at the high of 321.63. And if we get the bear break, it's 312.82. We're $3 above support and we're $6 below resistance. So NASDAQ clearly weaker, and we had a double top first thing this morning into a drop. We then bounced all afternoon, all morning and all afternoon. And then we had a little 5-minute rising wedge. I was lulled to sleep. I drew this rising wedge and I didn't trade it at the end of the day because I was bored. And whenever I get bored, I just stop trading, because trading when you're bored is not a good thing. Essentially, it'll mean that you force trades instead of waiting for high probability setups. But had some nice follow through on that rising wedge bear break. And it was a rising wedge scouting an hourly lower high. Anything under the high of yesterday was an hourly lower high. But it's going to be up to tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. And then once the bell rings, we're either going to lose daily EMA 12 and start weekly consolidation, or hold it. The bears need help. The bears need help because we are in daily uptrends. The bulls don't need help. If we trade sideways, bulls are in control. There's been a bunch of frustrated bears recently, and they may get some salvation depending on what CPI reaction is. I don't even know what the expectations are. I don't even look at the number when CPI comes out, at least not initially. I just watch the price, and I watch it on the 1-minute short-term time frames in terms of looking for that volatile reaction. Semiconductors, still a potential daily head and shoulders. If we get a bear break on the NASDAQ, we're going to look for the daily lower high to be set, and the key support here will be 249.28. We are still almost 2% above that level. NVDA, same thing, keeping me in my swing short. Gap up open, and relative weakness stood out again today. Hourly, trying to confirm the downtrend into the close, failed to do so, but break the low of today tomorrow. Hourly downtrend confirmed, daily lower high set, and then it's all about 263.95 from there. So a clear head and shoulders trying to shape up, but it only confirms if we lose that higher low pattern. So I will definitely be focusing on NVDA and semiconductors as a bear if we get a bearish reaction to the CPI. Tesla, daily bounce underway, and we are going to be looking for a lower high, anything under 207.79. Just keeping in mind, earnings are a week from tomorrow, and we have a weekly equilibrium. So not anticipating that we're going to break until earnings reaction, and then we'll just take it from there. But otherwise, if there weren't earnings, I would be scouting a weekly high or low compared to 163.91. But nice and tight, for earnings. Not a whole lot to say otherwise, because earnings are going to dictate the short term. So the weakness we've been seeing the last couple of days has been clearly big tech. And we look at Amazon is staying a big tech bear. Amazon divided by QQQ headed down to test the lows, almost the weakest it's been compared to QQQ in months. And we've just seen, Google's pulled back a little bit. Meta held on pretty well today. Yeah, Meta was holding on. Apple had a decent pullback the past couple of days. So it's been big tech pulling back, but we've had XLV holding strong. New short-term support, 132.46. We confirmed the daily bull flag, though no follow-through at the moment. Daily RSI is a back burner, so let's not forget. Wow, it's actually been a good one. So all-time high, topped out at 70 RSI. Failure to break all-time high, topped out at 70 RSI. And right now, we are at just under 70 RSI. Keeping in mind, we are scouting a weekly lower high and a real nice equilibrium if this tightens up, as I'm anticipating is the more likely scenario. Burden on bears to break the weekly stair step for that lower high to be set. And XLF has been seeing rotation. XLF confirmed the daily uptrend. Last week I was talking about the key thing for me is, does the financial sector confirm a daily uptrend for our weaker team bear names to be joining team bull? And we've had a bit of a mixed bag, whereas our team bull names, big tech and semiconductors, have been consolidating a bit, while team bear names have been bouncing a bit. And so XLF daily uptrend confirmed. If we do not follow through, it is still a potential weekly bear flag, but nice solid few days here. I thought I silenced that. Please, everybody, silence your phones. Or just throw it. Shut the... KRE, daily lower highs, EMA 12. And we had a little bit of a double top, 43.28. Anything under 45 is just a daily lower high. And watching to see, do we set another daily lower high and head back down to our base of support? Again, this is a potential descending triangle. We have a horizontal base of support and lower highs tightening range. I'm definitely open to this breaking bear. Burden is on bulls and they're not proving anything. Declining bull volume on the bounce. Daily EMA 12 resistance. IWM, daily higher low set, trying to confirm the daily uptrend. Have to break 179.78 for that to confirm. We set the daily higher low one day after XLF. And now, trying to confirm the daily trend change one day after XLF. But a little bit of a taller order to fill, just in the sense that we were further away. We had more retracement. So still weak overall, but trying to confirm that daily uptrend to shift momentum from a lead bear sector over the last month into a daily uptrend. I've been keeping an eye on growth names because I'm waiting to see, our growth names going to see some rotation, and watching ARKK get real tight here. And PLTR had a bull break today, but no follow through, but the highest level in over a month. So keeping an eye on some growth names. CMPS I mentioned in a video recently. Again, high risk, high reward, psychedelic. Look how tight we're getting. Just essentially 4 daily inside bars in a row, just under key long-term resistance. This resistance zone, 1115 to 1148, has a lot of tops. So I'm watching to see, is this tight range building up some pressure to be able to break over those levels? Just be aware it is high risk, high reward. Liquidity is not great. The volume is not great. It's trading $3-4 million a day on average. Not a lot at all. But if you like high risk, high reward, it is definitely something to be keeping an eye on. Other than that, a lot of volatility today in our volatile names. AI, big spike up on the morning, big pullback, going 10% in both directions fairly easily. This is the kind of move where it just, sometimes the trade doesn't come to you. I see this move, I see this pullback, and I say, all right, I'm scouting a 5-minute lower high to be looking for a downtrend to confirm into hourly consolidation, knowing that I'm scouting a daily lower high as the most likely result of this bounce. And I just never got it. It keeps pulling back. Nope, just never got a bounce that I was looking to short. and eventually it gave me one. That was a bear flag that was a couple percent, but again, by that point, I moved on to look for a different setup, because if it were the ideal setup, it would have been lose EMA 12, bounce for the lower high, and then confirm that downtrend. So it's just the way it goes. The crypto names, big time follow through. Riot is just a beast. And, it's people trading Bitcoin and paying fees to do so. Bitcoin went up, 9% from the low of yesterday to the high of today. And Riot went up 39%. There's a lot more volatility in both directions in Riot. It's free to trade if you're in the US. Dollar volume today, $600, $700 million traded, something like that. So that's my pitch for why I am much more interested in trading these crypto stocks than crypto itself these days, mostly because of the fees. But crypto is my go-to when there is volatility and opportunity there that is not present elsewhere. And that has not happened for a long time, because this opportunity is present elsewhere, and it's in these crypto names right now. I was reflecting with Jungle Funk Joey, talking with him today about how psychology is so impactful, where, if we're in a bull market, if we have a lot of confidence, and if we're in uptrends on every time frame, this move on Riot from the Bitcoin bull break, I make a lot of money on that move. And it's just because I have the confidence to go aggressive as a bull, to swing trade, and to hold overnight. But, Bitcoin has been bull breaking with a lack of follow through recently. And so that kept me a little timid. And just overall, the S&P 500 trying to hold this daily support level kept me a little timid. But in the end, it kept me from capitalizing on the opportunity. So just making note of that. When you're in a blue sky breakout market, if we were in blue sky for either Riot or Bitcoin or the S&P 500, the position sizes that I'd be longing on Riot with would be, 3 times more. So just observations and recognizing in myself how the overall uncertainty perception of the market, and it's definitely a palpable uncertainty, impacts position sizing, aggressiveness, confidence, and all that stuff as a trader. The VIX is really tight. So the VIX has a base of support in the 18s. Keep bouncing off that level. And look at where we've topped out 4 out of the last 6-7 days. 2008, 2003, 2008, 2005. There are people that will say, you can't use levels on the VIX. I mean, when you pull back within 5 pennies 4 times from the same level, really? You can't? You can't base a trade off that level? You sure about that? Anyways, so we're going to break this range probably tomorrow. With a bull break, we'll zoom out, scout a weekly lower high. And with a bear break, we will have the market bulls continue to keep their control. Gold trying to set a daily high or low off EMA 12. Silver still strong up at the highs. And miners bull flag on the daily confirmed. Again, it's been such a notable shift where gold led the way, kicked off the move for the metals, and since then, it's been silver and miners surging ahead. XAU, XAG, all bear, showing us silver has been gaining against gold for weeks in a row, every day. Not every day, but almost every day. Very notable, and a good thing for metals bulls. I would anticipate that when we bounce on the weekly next, on this XAU, XAG chart, it's likely because metals are consolidating and silver is seeing weekly consolidation to a greater degree than gold. Now, maybe gold pulls back 5%, silver pulls back 9%, something like that. But no sign of weekly consolidation yet, as long as daily EMA 12 is support. Oil continues to hold our range. 81's resistance, 79's support. We broke 79.60s, no follow through into a big bull move, and now we're testing resistance. Still range bound, but bulls are trying to confirm a daily bull flag. And after 81.81, we're looking at 82.78 as the next level. And again, these 79s are definitely being defended as support. Natural gas bulls still faking out. So I saw this move up. Need to hold a 4-hour high or low. Great, there's our bull flag confirming. And then on the morning, I see a break of 2092. Say, oh, that's a red flag to lose the 4-hour uptrend. But we held EMA 12, and bulls are keeping the prospects of a shift on the table, I should say. And keep an eye on this 4-hour EMA 12 now. Daily bounce over EMA 12 for the first time in a couple weeks. Weekly bounce, anything under 301 is just a lower high, but the stair step did break. So natural gas getting a little attention. Boyle, a lot of work to do for Boyle. Got to get over 364 and 376. Still daily EMA 12 resistance. We've got the time decay factor, which keeps the leveraged ETFs weaker than the underlying over the long term. All right, all about the CPI tomorrow. Burden on bears. I know where I'm looking if the bears prove themselves. If the bulls prove themselves, I'll keep an eye on growth names, and we'll keep an eye on these crypto names. Look at Riot's 30-minute. We broke it at the end of the day, but we had 16 candles in a row on the 30-minute time frame of stair step. So 8 hours in a row of stair step grind up. And no hourly consolidation since $9 pretty much. So we are up 33% plus with no hourly consolidation. And it's just been absolute control. Look at this 5-minute EMA 12 grind of just bulls holding no matter what. So going to be keeping an eye out for a temporary top, but also it's a short squeeze. Coin had one as well. Coin definitely weakened the second half of the day. They both started very strong, and then Coin was all consolidation, while Riot, completely different. MARA was in the middle of the road. So overall, nice volatility in these names, both directions. And going to be watching for eventual hourly consolidation. But again, cautious. Don't want to get caught in that squeeze. I hope you're well. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow. Do good things. Honeysuckle and the first lilacs of the year. These are peonies. I think this is the first full year that they've been planted. A bit more robust than last year. Time to clean out the greenhouse. All this chickweed is edible, but its roots are like a mat. So pulling it up by the roots, you're going to lose a ton of soil. So I'm just going to weed whack it down, cover it with cardboard, cut holes in the cardboard, and then transplant tomatoes into those holes, and all this stuff will die and become part of the soil.